When my father died, all these people came up to me or sent me cards saying they felt with me in my loss. What loss? How could they? They thought it was a loss they didn't really know me. They didn't know him either, or rather they knew him the way most people knew him. The public man. Not what he was in private. Not with me. My father had so many friends. He was active in all these charities in the town, and people all thought he was so generous and charming. Not to me. I was the family scapegoat, his punching bag. But I couldn't say that, could I? No one would believe it. Except my sister. She's often said she could never understand why my father was so cold and cruel to me. If he behaved towards her as he did me, she couldn't have stood it, she says. I couldn't stand it either, but what could I do? Comes the funeral, everyone says to me, "You're creative. You're the writer. You must write something for synagogue." What could I write? What could I say that wouldn't be a lie? He was my father, yes, but as soon as I could, I put distance between us, to put a limit to how much he could hurt me. Am I to say that? Shame the family? In the end, I went around and gathered little stories from people about his charm and his jokes and his good deeds and put it together. So-and-so says about my father that. Even though to me, he was nothing like that. I don't think anyone noticed it was all hearsay, not admissible in court. I didn't actually say anything in my own voice. Not a word of false witness, just false impression, with the terrible black facts left out. Shakespeare says the evil men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. But here's the opposite. I'm bearing the evil, consigning it to silence. All those years in the family, my father must have thought what he was doing to me was right, that he was doing the right thing according to some principle or other. He was a righteous man. Everyone said so. But what principle? When he was cruel to me? When he punished me for no reason? No one ever questioned it or confronted him. I tried, but he never explained. "You know what you've done," he'd say. But I didn't know. I don't know to this day, and no one else does either. When I asked them, they'd say, "You did nothing, you don't deserve this," or "That's just how he is, it's not fair, but what can you do?" At the funeral, I wanted to speak up at last, to say he wasn't fair, he was terrible and cruel to me. Can't any of you tell me why? You knew him. Give me some sort of explanation. I can't forgive what I don't understand. And that's the truth. I can't forgive him. But as God's my witness, I can forget him. I have the strength. I can let my father's dark side go into silence into his grave, to be interred with his bones, and to let his good live after him. Amen.